And we are live. Welcome back to the Anthony Spade Reactions channel. You are now tuning in to the Sigma Nation podcast, where we represent Sigma males who are introverted alpha males that are constantly working on self-improvement and chasing their dreams. So when we talk about Sigma males, we're talking about the loner that's chasing dreams in life and working on self-improvement. We really don't stop and entertain too many people. We're focusing on ourselves. You can call us self-centered, but we're really not arrogant. We kind of stay out of the way. So when I say Sigma male, that's the type of guy I'm talking about. If anyone else says anything differently and disagree, so be it. If you don't match any of those traits and you're watching me and you want to comment, fake it. Act like a Sigma male. Today we're going to be talking about how do Sigma males talk when they're texting a woman, right? That's going to be the main thing today. But before I get to that lecture, I want to give a little lecture on signs why you're not a Sigma male. And I think it's very important that I break down why a lot of guys are not Sigma males, because I'm seeing people represent Sigma male, but you're doing the complete opposite. For one, you have to understand a Sigma male is not a place where you could just run to because you heard the word alpha and introvert together. We ain't doing that. So we are going to be breaking down two different lectures today. Now, before I get started, you must know once the lecture starts, the only way to get my attention and to keep my attention is to donate to the channel. All right, it should be a link below. All the Cash App links should be there, or you can go to the description and get the Cash App. But once you donate and I see the colors pop up, I stop in the middle of the lecture, answer your questions, and then I get back to it. Other than that, you will have to wait to the end of the lecture when I say put all your questions in. And when it's time to put your questions in, make sure you're putting a Q before your question, so when I'm skimming through, I can see that that's your question. But for the most, for the most part of this lecture, wait till the end until I tell you. Other than that, if you want your questions answered immediately, donate to the channel. I want to thank everybody that's coming in. We got 64 people in here with 54 people hit the likes. Everybody go ahead and get those likes up. Who all we got up in here? We got Ross Peru is definitely in the building. Jay Oris is in the building. Gene Fernandez is in the building. Mark O is in the building. All right. It's going to take a while. I think the notifications are just going out. After this lecture, this video will be up for the remainder of the day, but I do have a reactions video that's going to be releasing as soon as I get done with the lecture. So do me a favor. Once you get done watching this lecture, make sure that you go and watch the video that I am going to post whenever the lecture is over. It's going to be back-to-back videos. All right, I'm here. I got Blackjack with me, but he's getting ready to go to sleep. Killer Mike's in the building. Nick Edwards in the building. All right, as the room fill up, we're just going to go ahead and get started with the lecture. And the first part of the lecture that I want to talk about today is going to be signs that you're not a Sigma male. And the second part of the lecture is going to be how Sigma males text women. Okay, one of the signs that's showing people that they're not a Sigma male that I'm seeing too much of. Big shout outs to Keandre, came in with the $10. You guys make sure y'all show love just like Keandre does. Okay, the first sign that you are not a Sigma male is that you're argumentative and very disagreeable. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to understand that's completely outside of a Sigma male's trait, because we use people's flaws against them. We don't use it to make ourselves feel better. So if we see something that we disagree with someone about, we 9 out of 10 times, we're not going to say anything unless it's affecting us. We like to sit back and watch someone continue to lie so they can tell us more about themselves. We're people watchers. We're not provers. That's where betas and alphas come in is because they're constantly trying to prove that they're the upper tier, that they're the upper alpha. They're battling with each other. Us sigmas, we don't. We realize the power that we have, and we sit back and watch the show and guide through the show so people don't steal our energy. So you have to understand, being very argumentative and disagreeable is not energy that sigma males have, because it's a waste of energy. We don't, you know how much energy it drains you to come up with anger, to be disagreeable with someone, and then want to contend and debate that? That steals energy from you, and it shifts your emotion in a negative way. So understand, even if we disagree with you, even if we don't like you, one thing about a sigma male, we won't take the time out of our day to argue with you. So we're not argumentative people, and we're not disagreeable people. If we disagree with you, we're not going to argue with you about the truth. We would let you stay in your lie. You have to understand, we're constantly moving like chess. We need to know who's right, who's wrong, who's the liar, who's the snake, but we ain't got time to prove it to make ourselves feel better. It only trains us for a head. So if you're the guy that, hey, I disagree with you, you're not a sigma male. If you're debating and arguing all the time with people, you're not a sigma male. Most sigma males try their hardest to avoid argumentative situations, because when it's all said and done, a sigma male is focused on self. We don't care if other people make it. We don't care if you fail. We don't care what's going on with you. As long as we can wake up every day and chase our dreams, that's pretty much what we're concerned about. So being argumentative and disagreeable is not a sigma trait. And if I catch someone trying to argue and be disagreeable all the time on this channel, you're getting blocked. That's outside of our nature. Secondly, you overanalyze every situation. Sigmas don't do that. We think in a broad form, which means that it goes back to the disagreeable situation. Somebody disagrees with us, we just want to learn why without asking them, because they could be speaking off of emotion. We never overanalyze things trying to come up with a complete answer, because that drains too much energy. We would rather look at people's actions. We don't study words, we don't study events. We look at the actions of what's happening, and we make our determination from there. If somebody says, hey, the weatherman said that the snow is only gonna last for 30 minutes, but we look outside and we can see the snow starting to pile up by the foot, we ain't really worried about the 30 minutes. We're worried about how much snow is gonna drop in that 30 minutes and what we're gonna do after the 30 minutes to adjust. We don't sit back and overanalyze every situation. When you're overanalyzing everything, you're trying to find fault. We're not trying to find fault into everything. We're trying to find what's in our path that we could continue to go in the direction that we're going. So if we come across someone and there's information that needs to be told to us that doesn't concern us, we're not going to waste our time overanalyzing it. You have to realize, we spend so much time alone that we're mainly only analyzing the direction that we want to go. We don't overanalyze every situation, because every situation is not that serious. You'll notice, the better your life is, the happier you are, the easier it is to ignore shit in life. The more miserable you are, the more you overanalyze everybody else's shit trying to find fault because you're not happy with yourself. A sigma male don't do that. We're constantly working on self-improvement. There's no point of us overanalyzing what Joe Schmo is doing. Why you think I don't do consultations? I'm by myself. I don't want to hear your shit. And then people will get mad like, Anthony, what do you mean you don't want to hear a man's shit? I speak from a sigma male's point of view. You should have already got over your problems already and moved on. I represent the guys that are emotionalists, that are moving forward in life. I don't represent the guy who's down and suffering from depression. That's what we're settling here. You need to realize, to be a sigma male, you've already gotten over the bullshit. Your pain that you went to should have already left your body already. These are for guys that are dream chasing. You've moved past woman's nature. The red pill was nothing to you. You're off to yourself. What am I going to do with my life era? That's where we're at. If you're not past women, you're not past your pain, you are not a sigma male, and I do not represent you. If you're on my channel and you're going through that, you better fake like you're a sigma male. Don't come up in here showing weakness. This year, we're not doing that with Sigma Nation. This year in Sigma Nation, we will be building soldiers. We will be making men stronger. When we will be teaching them how to take the power back, but we're not going to be helping people that do not want to help themselves. So understand, if you're overanalyzing everything and you're standing in the same spot worried about other people, you are not a Sigma male. Next thing. Hold on. If you saw the phrase introverted alpha male, and you're the introvert that sit at home and you've learned a whole bunch of red pill information, you're not a Sigma male. Sorry, you're not. Sigma males are outside. We're the introvert that moves in life. We're not the introvert that's sitting at home watching video after video, video game after video game, and then in between times when we're tired, we go jerk off and go to sleep. That ain't us. That's not what we're doing. So if you just see alpha introvert as a trait of Sigma male and you just cater to that, you're not a Sigma male. You better be out here chasing your dream. You better be out here living your best life. You better be out here accomplishing something other than standing still. Because if you just came over here because of alpha introvert, you're not a Sigma male, and get the fuck off my shit. And when it comes to Sigma male, I'm going to let everybody know right now. Years ago, I was the leader of this shit. I brought Sigma male to the forefront. They canceled my shit. They demonetized it, and now we're coming back to the forefront. So if you want to know who Anthony Spade is, you type in Anthony Spade Sigma males, and you go look at everyone that used to do reaction videos on me. I'm the head honcho. It's just that now this year, we're settling the score. I'm separating the weak from the strong. This channel right here and this Sigma Nation will be the strongest of the strongest. We are coming hard this year. So if you're just here because you heard alpha introvert, that doesn't make you a Sigma. You better not be a bitch. You better not be disagreeing with everybody. You better not be overanalyzing. And you better be trying to chase your dream and live out your motherfucking dream. Because that's what we represent. All the bots that's hiding behind the thumbnail, Sigma males don't exist. And you just can't be that. Go back over to these other channels that give you strawberry jelly beans. Go watch a woman argue with her man or something. We ain't doing that shit over here. Over here, you better be striving to be the best man that you can be, because that's what we represent. Get those likes up. Next, when it comes to be a Sigma male, your channel name better not be more important than your real name. That's what I'm going to say. Yo, channel ID, your login ID, or whatever they identify you as online, that better not be more important than your real name. You better get out here and go make your real name a name. If you are, Sigma Nation 57617 that better not be important to you. Whoever you are, John Smith, John something, that's what you need to be working on. You need to be working on your real name, making your real name something, which means you have to get out the house. That's the importance here. Sigma males are here to gain respect. We're not here to psychologically give you strawberry jelly beans and massage your shoulders of insecurity. That ain't what we doing. So if your handle name is more important than your real name, you're not a Sigma male. That's just a facade. Get your real name some worth. All right, next. You can't get over women. Sorry. That's a definite trait. That's a definite trait that you are not a Sigma male if you cannot get over women. You want to know why? Because when it comes to women, Sigma males keep everything simplistic. We keep it very simple when it comes to women. And it's you either like us or you don't. That's simple. If you have not accepted woman's nature, you are not a Sigma. A Sigma male understands Sigma nature, understands a female's nature, and we learn to adjust to it. Why? You're never going to argue with a woman to where she changes. A woman would never see the truth in front of her and she changes. That's just woman nature. They're going to victimize themselves and they're going to be delusional about a lot of stuff. You have to learn to accept it and stop allowing it to affect your day-to-day life. It's taking a lot of anger out of men because you're accepting the fact that that's just how women are. That's just what women are going to do. Swash it to the side and move forward. It's that simple. Their nature is their nature, but their nature only takes over weak men. Only weak men are affected by females' nature. Strong men are not affected by females' nature. As a Sigma male, We know as long as we keep moving forward, even though we may be attracted to a girl that may not like us back, we know some girl is going to like us because of who we are. We don't have to sit back and be mad that the girl that we like don't like us back, and then she did give us a chance and dogged us out, so we holding on to it to the rest of our life. We ain't doing that. One thing about a Sigma male, we get up, we make it happen, and we keep it moving. If you are still hung up on woman's nature, you enjoy just you coming here every day watching the same regurgitated information on these channels that just keep going, and you're treating it like it's new, you are not a Sigma male. Sigma males, we accept woman's nature and we guide around it. Next, if you're looking for love in all the wrong places, you are not a Sigma male. All right, I can't stress that enough. What do I mean? You complaining about women, but you going to the club trying to meet them. You complaining about women, but you on OnlyFans. You complaining about women, but you jerking off every night. You complaining about women, but you find yourself only around the worst type of women. You're looking for love in all the wrong places because it affects why you got played in the first place. A lot of guys that are looking for love in the wrong places, you're not Sigma. You're just trying to find sex. That's why y'all keep gravitating towards the wrong type of woman. It's because you need sex. Sigma males don't need sex. We need experiences in life. We need art. We need art. We need structure. We need different cultures. We need different music. We need different atmospheres. We need different countries. We need different experiences so we could grow as a person. Some of you dudes, you don't have no interest of doing shit but learning about women, hoping that you can learn so much that you could psychologically trick a woman into liking you. What's the special thing that I could say? To do what? Trick her into liking you? That ain't what we doing. So if you're coming to these channels and you're watching this content just to try to think you can learn more information than a woman and you can actually say and do shit to make her like you, sorry, that's not a Sigma male. Because one thing about life, a woman will always be a step ahead of 95% of the guys, but she's never a step ahead of the 5% of Sigma males that exist. So understand that we're not hung up on women looking for love. Women are typically looking to see what we're into to get close to us. That's the type of men we are. And if you're to argue, I'm going to go right back through these, all right? Because we just got some people coming in here, and I'm telling them, what's the signs that you're not a Sigma male? The first one, you're argumentative and disagreeable. Sigma males don't do that. Why? We have nothing to prove. We'll let someone live in a lie, and we'll use that as an advantage if we got to get something out of them down the road. Next, we don't overanalyze situation. We look at it visually and we go. We don't need an explanation. We look at it. This is the action. This is what happens. Respond to the actions. We never respond to the words. Next, if you showed up because the definition of a Sigma male is alpha introvert, you're not a Sigma male. You must have all the other traits outside of being an alpha introvert, because a lot of you guys are introverts that sit in your room and you're angry. So you think that's alpha. That's not alpha. You bring your ass outside and we'll see where your power is at. Next, if your channel name is more important than your real name, you're not a Sigma male. I'm respected everywhere I go in real life. I'm respected because I live in real life, but I work in the matrix. There's a difference. A lot of you guys live in the matrix and you go work in real life. That's backwards way of thinking. You're not going anywhere. So if your channel name is more important than your real name, you're not a Sigma male. You need to be somebody in real life. Next, if you can't get over a woman, you want to learn how to get your ex back, you're not a Sigma male. Sorry, Sigmas ain't got time to go back into the past. See, in life, it's hard to focus on dreams if you're still paying attention to nightmares. So you got to realize a Sigma male is not paying attention to the nightmare. We don't want to go get a nightmare back. Why you guys want to go back to your ex? Why you want to go get a nightmare back? Why you want to walk into the valley of the death again? Leave that alone. Sigma males realize what it was, and then we move the fuck on. And last but not least, you're looking for love. Sigma males ain't looking for love. We're looking for experiences. We need different type of women. We need different atmospheres. We need different countries to go to. We need different languages to learn. We're constantly trying to advance and self-improve to the next level. We get high off of life. All right? If you ain't none of them traits, you ain't a Sigma male. You just in here. And if you in here learning, then you need to go and apply these traits to your life. If you can't apply them traits to your life and you get up in the goddamn comments running your mouth, you get blocked. One thing Sigma Nation would not be doing this time around is accepting weak links. We're not catering to the weak. This is not no outlet for you to come to make you feel good so I can sucker some money out of you. Nigga, fuck you. We ain't doing no goddamn weak people this year. Sigma Nation is the strongest men on the internet. Let's get that straight right now. If you here and you watching this channel, you claiming to be Sigma, you're one of the smartest, you're one of the hard workingest, you're one of the bravest, you got confidence. The only guys with confidence are coming on this damn channel. Everybody else, if what I said sounds too hard for you to be, get the fuck off my shit. I don't want you over here. I don't want the weak man over here. All right, the weak man, y'all been getting pandered for the past couple of years. The new world order is here. The new way of living is here, and you're gonna have to wake up. That's what Sigma males are doing. All right, so now we get ready to get into the lecture. After I done broke that down, go ahead and get those likes up. You're doing good on the likes. Now help me out on the donations. All right, next lecture. How Sigma males text women over the phone. Hold on, I need me some. How, let me get my little tissue here. Okay, how Sigma males text women over the phone. One thing that you have to learn about a Sigma male. If a Sigma male is choosing to interact with text messaging with a woman, he has already screened her and he's already set it up for the conversation to continue. What do I mean? When women sit down and talk to Sigma males, we don't treat it like an interview. We have regular talk with women. But one thing that we do, we always leave room for mystery so we could pick up on a conversation. All right, we're always leaving a little bit of mystery there. We're not the type of guy that women get around and the guy starts talking really fast. You start talking yourself up and then you start telling her about your dreams, admirations, where you learned, where you want to go to school, where you work. Next thing you know, you done gave her your whole life because you're not used to being around women and you're just surprised a woman is talking to you. So you just spill the beans and fuck up everything. We don't do that. 9 times out of 10, we keep our conversations short and sweet, and we keep the woman wanting more. So one thing that you have to understand is a Sigma male, when dealing with texting, for the first month, all right, the first month of texting a woman, a Sigma male will only text her to set up dates. All right, I'm going to tell you that. The first month or more, most Sigma males are going to text a woman only to set up dates, which means he may only text her once a week. Why? Because we're seeing everything from a distance. We're studying actions from a distance. We could study everything. Hey, are you free this time? I'm trying to take you out. We're going to go here, blah, 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 for maybe an hour. And then, okay, yay or nay. Okay, the date is set up. In between them times, we don't do that. Hey, rise and shine. I hope you have a good day. I'm just letting you know that I'm checking on you today. For the first month, we ain't doing none of that. The only text messages that she get is to set up the date. I want to take you here at this time. Are you free? I want to take you here at this time. Are you free? Oh, no, you're not free? Cool. And we leave it alone. The next time we maybe want to, yeah, but we only going to do that a couple times and then it's over with. We keep it plain and simple. Okay, if the relationship starts to grow, the text messaging is going to change. You have to realize the slower you move, the faster she will, and you can see way more people's actions by moving slow because everybody wants overnight results. That's what you got to realize. If a woman is into you and you're not texting her every day like the past 100 guys did, then she may get impatient and say some off the wall shit like, hey, do you like me? Or do you remember me? Or do you know who I am? Or I'm surprised this. You got to realize the slower you move, she may get impatient trying to figure out, and you can see her moves. If she starts texting you more, it may not mean that she likes you more. It may just mean her attention span is short And she's so used to already having guys figured out. Now she ain't got guys figured out. She texting you at random times. A Sigma male can sit back and play that role. We're normally patient when doing this because we always have something going on. So we're not free to go on dates every day. We're not free to talk to her all the time because we're focusing on ourselves. So for that first month, there's no need to go back and forth. Why? We don't trust her yet. She hasn't earned the trust. Our dreams and ambition is more important than her. Why do I need to text her all the time when I got to wake up every day and focus on getting the money, focus on my next move, focus on my next adventure? She has to be a tag along in our life. So for that first month, I'm not just about to go off of infatuation and just call her. I got to sit back and watch her mentals. I'm not going to be on her social media studying what's going on because she could be trying to see if I'm watching that to react to that. You got to realize women are smart. They're knowing that you're going to fucking go on social media and try to watch everything. So they may just say little shit to see if you respond to it and start texting your phone to it just to get the drama started. Not us Sigma males. We ain't gonna look at your social media or nothing. The only time that we're gonna text you for that first month is to set up the date. You would not get that morning text. You would not get that I'm just random thinking about you text. We ain't doing none of that. A Sigma male will always take the long road. The long road works instead of trying to get quick results. All right. Next, we revisit conversations. All right. This is after you and her have established a friendship. This is after you and her have become comfortable with each other, which means that you guys have sat down, the conversations have been good. There hasn't been any man versus woman talk, women empowerment talk, no feminist talk, no who's this talk, no disagreeable talks, no debates. You got to realize all that disagreeable debates and feminist talk that women have are automatic turnoffs. One thing that a Sigma male will do, if a woman starts talking that on a date, we will end the date immediately and leave. You have to realize we know our value. We know other girls want us. So when they start dropping red flags at the beginning, a Sigma male is not afraid to say, check please. Are you just going to leave me out here like this? I already know you're not worth the rest of the date. You got to be like that, bro. So when girls start doing this shit, we get away from that energy fast. But when it comes to the girls that we have good conversation with, if we text them after getting to know them, we'll always revert back to something that we talked about when we were face to face. You got to realize when we talk, we're very interesting people. We have stories, and a lot of women like to tell us their stories too. So a lot of our conversations that we have with women can be picked up in the future because the story and the vibe was already good. She may be interested in a little more of something. So you got to realize we'll go back to a conversation like, hey, remember when you said this? Guess what I just seen? You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what we do. We know how to keep the conversation going off where it last ended. Why? Because we don't do too much talking. We don't try to spill all the beans at once. 9 times out of 10, the Sigma male allows the woman to do all the talking because women love to hear themselves talk. We like to sit back and know how to continue to keep the conversation going slowly but shortly, which always leaves mystery for us to bring back up a conversation in the future. So if we text her, we'll just be texting her to remind her about a conversation that we used to have, or maybe I was just fulfilling in more. What does that do? That creates the bond, but it keeps the mystery of her finding something new about you. And that's going to be the main thing, is when women are waiting to find something new about you, you must set it up when you're face to face, just so you can revisit it during the text. Hopefully you guys are understanding this. This is how normal conversation in relationships with people go. Whenever both parties respect each other, you have great conversation. When both parties don't respect each other, you're going to have a lot of debate and mind games of both trying to trick each other into liking each other. Let's get those likes up and those donations. All right, next. One thing that we're really good at doing is biting into a woman's sarcasm. All right? You must learn to be sarcastic. We would send a sarcastic text message if she tries to go off the rails. You must learn how to do this. Women would text you through text. You know why? Because a lot of guys expose weaknesses through text. So a woman knows how to say things. She knows how to ignore a text. She knows how not to call back. She knows how to do a little things to get underneath a man's skin to watch him react. But when it comes to a Sigma male, we can spot out her sarcasm. So in a lot of times, we can spot when a woman is getting ready to send you a test text. Whenever she's sending text messages just to piss you off, or she's sending text messages to see how you're going to react to it, we can call out her sarcasm and be sarcastic back with her. See, you have to learn to be sarcastic. A lot of you smart ass dudes out there, you're sarcastic all the time. You're sarcastic in the comments. Matter of fact, your whole entire life is sarcastic. Well, guess what? You got to learn to use sarcasm against a woman at the right place at the right time. A good spot is through a text. She would be sarcastic with you during the text. You have to be able to spot out her sarcasm, compliment her sarcasm, and then give her sarcasm back. So if she tries to test you, don't be afraid to say, oh, okay, I see where you're going with that, but what about this? You got to be able to come back with more sarcasm. That's what Sigma males are good at doing. A lot of you guys, you're so desperate for women. You're so desperate to be seen. You will know a woman fucking with you. She's saying the wrong shit, and your bitch ass will go along with it just so you think, I don't want to piss her off to where she don't talk to me anymore. It ain't like that with a Sigma. We gonna challenge them. We're going to let them know, we see your bullshit. We could play sarcastic games with you. And then when it's all said and done, you can leave and I'll go to another woman. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like I told you, you got to learn to tell a woman, I know all those thousands of dudes in your DM, they're fuck niggas. They want to fuck you. But the girls in my DM, they want to cook me a meal. That's a big difference. What's the difference? That means that this guy has no plan for you. His desires took over you. But this girl over here, she likes what I am so much, she's already willing to adjust to who I am. See, we can say that to a woman, and we can give her sarcasm to where she understands what we're saying. So don't be afraid to point out sarcasm and give it back. That's what Sigma males do. We will be extremely sarcastic with a woman who thinks she's playing mind games. And trust me, most women are going to play mind games through a text. All right. Next thing that Sigma males do whenever they're dealing with a woman. Let me go to my notes. Okay. We bring up things that we learned about them. All right. This is a really good big one, because when it comes to text, a lot of guys can drown women out. But one thing that a Sigma male would do, when we are sitting down with a woman, we would study everything that she's telling us about herself, and we could use that for more conversation down the road. A lot of Sigma males, the main thing that we're trying to get through whenever we're dating women or texting or anything is, first, a woman who's interesting. We're always looking for a woman who can keep up with us intellectually. So when we're watching women and we're listening to women, you want to know what type of women we're looking for? We're looking for the loner. We're looking for the girl that tells us how much shit she does by herself. That's going to make her life interesting. So when we go to talk to her, it's still an individual conversation. She can speak for herself. If you have girls that are always hanging around their friends and doing things with their friends, those girls can't hold conversation because they don't have anything special about them. All they have is me and my girls. We did this, we did that. And then they don't know the details of the story because they have nothing going on, because they're bots. They can only move with their girls. So understand, before we get to talking to her about things that she do, we have already screened her when we were getting a number. We have already screened her when we were on the first date, and we know we're damn near on a date with a Sigma female. We would not be this far with a woman if she wasn't what we wanted. See, a Sigma male ain't gonna wait 3 months down the road to see what he got. He gonna start studying her from the beginning, but he's gonna study her from a distance. By the time we get around to where we could text her like, hey, let's see what you do with that tennis. Since you was over in Spain playing tennis, let's just link up for tennis this weekend. Since you told me over there, oh, we'll know if she played tennis, right? See, that's what we do. We're going to pay attention to that little shit, and then we're going to bring the shit back up and see if she folds or not. Let's see if you were really on a swim team. Let's see if you really went to Europe. Let's see if you really did something. So you got to realize, as we screen them out, we already know that the girl we're dealing with is damn near introverted woman that's already self-driven herself. Her life is interesting, so it's easy for us to pinpoint the things that she like. You guys are not going to get this shit, because you have to realize, at the end of the day, you cannot use Sigma male game as a basic nigga. You cannot use Sigma male game as a basic man, because you're not attracting the same women that we are attracting. You have to realize this. What I'm telling you now is from a Sigma male point of view. You're the guy that got your life together. The girl sees you got your life together. She likes you. She's attracted to you. I'm speaking from that point of view. If you ain't got your life together, you can't use none of this shit that I'm telling you right now, because girls are viewing you differently. They're not comfortable around you because they don't think you're comfortable around yourself. We're talking about the girl that knows I'm the guy that can put you on a plane and go to Miami tomorrow. We can go take a trip overseas. We can go do all this. We can go out to eat every week. We can live a life. I'm speaking from that point of view. I am not speaking from the point of view of a nigga learning how to date. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I am not speaking from your point of view. I'm speaking from a Sigma point of view, where dating just becomes easy to us when we want it, but we're picky about who we choose. We know we could bring up conversations with women that have interesting lives because they're far from the bot shit. It ain't no we, I, and us. When she starts talking about her and mentioning all her friends, she does everything by herself. She's damn near introvert too. Sigma males do not link up with extroverted women. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Sigma males do not date extroverted women. They don't. They date women who are able to cut off the rest of the world and join them. You gotta realize that. We don't do no motherfucking, Sigma males don't do couple trips. We don't do couple retreats. We don't family date. We don't double date. We don't do that. Once a woman comes into our world, it's us versus the world. She has to understand our mindset from the jump. It's us versus the world. It ain't gonna be no, me and all my boys gonna go out this weekend. Sigma, we're already introverts. We don't roll with a gang of people unless it's one of our hobbies. I'm not the type of dude that's gonna go hang out with a group of guys and tell them, man, I've been having a rough week, bro, and I've been doing, no, I can handle my own fucking problems. I don't feel the need to go tell a whole bunch of dudes. We're already self-confident. We're already self-healing. We know what it takes to get over our own mistakes, and we go and fix them. So when we're with a woman, we're only going to be dating women who are not bots. When you're dating a woman who's not bots and thinking for herself, she's going to be a woman that's very interesting that you could talk to about anything, and she has a story you can always bring up. All right, next. A Sigma male is always leaving room for mystery. For mystery. In other words, let's say we comfortable with the girl. We may say, hey, listen here. I'm going to send you directions to this spot. Meet me at this spot at 7 o'clock. But you can't do this till you get comfortable with her. We do that. We leave here, spot, meet me there, and then when she get there, I'll take her to where the date's going to be. We leave mystery for women. We never tell them a whole story. We always leave that little bit to where she's asking questions about. In order for you to get to this, you have to be a guy that has the experiences. And let me explain to you why you really have to have the experiences and telling the real stories. Because if you're going to leave room for mystery, a woman has to see how you built up that mystery to leave the room there for mystery, because she's going to remember the story. So if you try to create mystery and your story don't match, then she's going to think you were playing a fucking game. So you got to understand that when it comes down to Sigma males, we're good at leaving women with, we'll give you enough, but we ain't giving you everything. We ain't giving you enough, we'll give you everything. Oh, you know Anthony Spade, but you don't know my middle name. You know Anthony Spade, but you never been in my house. You know Anthony Spade, but you don't know this person. You know Anthony Spade, but you don't know that about him. This Sigma male is the guy that everyone says, we know who he is, but then they spend more time telling you what they don't know about you. That's what people spend more time telling other people. Oh, I know Anthony Spade, but I didn't know he did that. I didn't know he did that. I didn't know he did that. You know how many people say, oh yeah, me and Anthony Spade, cool. Oh, but I didn't know he made music. I didn't know he did skits. I didn't know he had 3 YouTube channels. I didn't know that he was in the military. I didn't know he owned a trucking company. I didn't know he did that. Sigma males are the guy people are constantly sitting back saying, I didn't know that about him, but I thought I knew him. Why? Because we have all the experiences. So when we're dealing with women, we create that mystery. Girls are like, you're filming now, you're over here doing what? I didn't know you did that, Aunt. I knew you customized cars, but I didn't know you did this other shit. I didn't know you did that. So with us, we could leave room for mystery, and the mystery backs up because we actually have interesting things going on. So when you're texting her, I can text her, hey, we're going to do this, blah, 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 that, blah, blah, and leave room, and she'll want to follow it. But you got to realize this is after you became comfortable. All right, next, what we're notorious at, and this is what hooks the woman. I'm calling this the woman hooker. We let conversations die out. All right, we let them die out. What do I mean we let conversations die out? We get in the mix of having a good conversation with a woman on text, and then we'll go to a no contact for 2 or 3 days. And the reason why we're going no contact for 2 or 3 days, because that's normally the time where we're letting everything settle, but we're putting a lot of focus into what we have going on for that moment. You got to realize when a Sigma male locks in, we block out the world. Even if we're dating somebody at that time, we don't want them calling our phone. We don't want them bothering us. So one thing that Sigma males do is that we'll leave at the height of the moment. She'll be having a good time, conversation, and then all of a sudden, no contact. We switch to a no contact. And then when we talk to her again, she's all worried. Hey, what's going on with you? I didn't know what was going on. This, that, and the third. And you wasn't answering your text messages. Then you gave little small words. You really didn't respond. We call that the hook 'em. Sigma males, we're known for doing that because you know why? We know that that's what women do to hook men. We use their own game against them. A lot of you guys, you don't know how to use a woman's game against her because you're afraid of losing her. You're afraid of her not talking to you. You're afraid of her not saying anything to you. So you're going the whole entire conversation hoping that you don't say the wrong shit or some other simp's gonna come along and take you and take her away from you. So understand, we let conversations die out. We let them come to a complete quietness, and then we'll repeat and come back up again because we have to leave that room of mystery. But whenever we are doing that, 9 times out of 10, we're focused on something that we really want to do, and talking to her just becomes a distraction. Same thing with sleep. Sleep becomes a distraction. And a lot of you guys out there know it starts messing up your body. You a bitch. Sorry. You ain't no go-getter. You ain't out here in the real world. People that's out here in the motherfucking real world, they know when you grinding, you may have to go home and nap for 2 hours, get back up and grind, or go home and nap for 6 hours, get back up and grind. That's what I mean by sleep is a distraction. You typically only sleep when your body forcing you to go nap. Only real go-getters know how to get that. That's why Steve Harvey and everybody else says, oh, rich people don't get 8 hours of sleep. They don't sleep that much because you got to grind. But you bitch-ass niggas that's sitting inside the house overanalyzing, you're going to say you're going to die if you don't get some sleep. That's overanalyzing. You're an idiot. This is why it's very important for guys to actually bring your bitch ass back into reality so you can see exactly how the world is really functioning. Too many of you guys are online and you're in outer space. Half your reality doesn't even make no fucking sense. It makes sense somewhere, but it don't make sense in day-to-day life. Next thing, one thing about a Sigma male through text, the woman would never think we're serious because we don't take things too serious. It's cut and dry with us. You either like us or you don't. We're either going on a date or not. There is no in-between conversation. There is no, oh, you're going to bait me for an argument. I got people baiting me every day for fucking arguments, people I know. Or, I disagree, or why did this happen? Bitch, bye. Don't fucking call my phone on some goofy shit that dealing with your life. I got people that be calling me for stupid shit about something I said that affects their life and it don't have no effect on their life. They just need somebody to talk to. And I laugh at them niggas. We do the same thing when it comes to these bras. They start acting stupid, we'll laugh at them. We never take anything serious. So don't, Sigma males never reveal emotion through a text. If we do, everything has a smiley face. We'll say some of the most nastiest shit in the world through a text, and we'll put a smiley face at the end to make it feel like it's sarcasm, even though we know it hurt. You gotta understand, this is for Sigma males, not regular dudes. When it comes to the text game can only be used after you have established a relationship with her. There's not a text that you're going to tell her that's going to trick her into like you. There's no words that's going to trick her into liking you. The only thing that women do when they see you trying to come up with word trickery games to trick them into liking you, they fuck with your head. Understand that. If you got some money and you want to start talking some mind trickery shit, they'll go along with you till they get the money. You got to realize they're going to see way more game than you. So as a man, if you're a Sigma male, you got your shit together. If you faking the funk as a Sigma male and you really ain't a Sigma male, you ain't going to understand none of this until you start chasing your dreams and working on self-improvement, because that's the biggest thing that Sigma males do is work on self-improvement. All right, and that's the end of the lecture. That was a quick, short lecture too. Only 45 minutes. That lecture is gone. If you have some words that you want to say, go ahead and put your questions in. But for the most part, for guys out there that's claiming Sigma males or Sigma males don't exist, bye. You're a bitch. You can't fucking be a Sigma male. You barely walk outside. You need to go fix your, most of y'all need to go fix the relationship with your fucking mom. You need to go fix the relationship with grandma. You need to go fix the relationship with the person that's walking in the hallway wondering what the fuck you doing in your room. You need to go fix the relationship with that fucking person before you start coming over here talking about some Sigma male. You need to learn how to be a motherfucking regular person, because some of y'all are done. You are done. You ain't going nowhere. You have chose to troll for the rest of your fucking life, and life has to suck. Life sucks when you have to hide behind a thumbnail for the rest of your life. It sucks, don't it? It's gotta suck. You screaming at your mom. That gotta suck. You screaming at everybody. You coming into the Matrix mad. It makes you happy seeing a woman get shot in her fucking face, nigga. I know exactly where you hoe ass niggas is going. Y'all going right back to the dark web when you leave here. You go inside this lonely ass world where you just keep trying to find fault in people and coming up with shit to arouse you by getting other people to fucking be angry. I told you guys yesterday, the internet is programming serial killers. A lot of these guys, you're serial killers in training. You just ain't been flicked yet. It just ain't flicked you yet. You just ain't had a reason to get out and go do some crazy shit. That's all it is. But you're thinking it. You're feeling it. You're seeing it. Right? You know your life is sad. You know you really want somebody to love you. You want somebody to hold your hand. You want somebody to tell you that you're special. You want somebody to give you your attention. But you can't come online being disagreeable to get it. You can't come online coming up with evil shit to get it. You're not a Sigma male. And you need to get off my shit. It's that simple. I'm going to say it again. This channel is for strong men that are chasing their dreams and working on self-improvement, and is not allowing all this bullshit in life and inside the matrix to affect you. If these characteristics do not fit you, go get off my shit. And go fix the relationship you have with your damn parents. And go fix the relationship that you have with your mom. Because that is the root of your problem. If you got any questions, go ahead and get these questions in. Make sure you put a Q in front of the question. What you got to say, bud? You got any last words? All right. He said I said everything that he wanted to say. Blackjack ain't got no last words, so y'all go ahead and get those questions in. Some water. Somebody said I say real things. I always speak the real. You don't get me over here bullshitting, bro, but you don't get strawberry jelly beans from me either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got time to come on here. I gotta motivate you guys to get in something. That coming online shit where we just start talking about what women have done again for the next video, that shit getting corny, bro. Like, y'all gotta be inspired to want to do something. It's too much misery out here in this world for people just to be standing still now, coming online complaining. And at this point, people have to be sick of just coming online, coming up with goofy shit to do, coming up with goofy shit to say. That shit ain't cool at all. My question is above, bro. Man, please write that shit the fuck down again. I am not going back up this damn message to see what you done put in while I was giving my goddamn lecture. And when I'm giving my lecture, right, you wasn't supposed to be asking questions. Ask the question now when I say put your question in. Don't go pointing up north, Mark. Somebody says, get my text game. You don't need text game when you start to do shit in real life. He says, no questions needed. Well, ask me anything. It ain't got to be on the lecture. While I'm here, I like to go ahead and get y'all questions going. You go, BB. Look like we ain't got nothing. All right, looks like that's it. Ain't nobody got nothing. How much we got? $10. Anything come from Cash App? Ain't nothing come from Cash App. All right, and then I guess we getting ready to be for today. All right, Sigma 91. He said some people don't understand the metaphor. If the shoe don't fit, half the size. Yes, sir. Real text game is mostly no text sense. The best game you could game, no play games. Your mindset, next level. You're absolutely right, bro. Don't play text games. The text messaging only works after you've established a relationship in real life, after you've established a connection in real life. Jamie Hoffman, big shout outs, bro. After you've established some type of connection in real life. All right, he says, Alex in his own says, do you notice how women in 22, 23 in stores seem like they're looking for a man? Yeah, they're looking for a man, but they looking for a man. They not looking for something just to say, hey, I got a man. They looking for a man. They looking for masculinity. When I talk to women, they say their biggest problem is not getting a man. It's getting masculinity is the biggest problem. Somebody says, I sent the question. John Doe, where's the question at? Put the Q in and make sure that there's no curse words in there. As long as there's no curse words and stuff, I should be getting. All right, Aaron M. See, this is the perfect example. Aaron M. What do you do if you encounter a depressed Sagittarius with suicidal thoughts? Give them a 1-800 number and get away from them. You have to realize people that have given up on life don't value yours either. When people get to that state where they're here with it, there's nothing you could do. They have to make a decision to live on their own. Jared, 20-year recovery. Big shout outs, bro. He says medicine is the best. Medicine is best served straight, fellas. Sometimes you got to hurt their feelings, in my opinion today. Exactly. I dig you, bro. I have to. I'm one of those people that have to give you the real on what I see is happening in your life. Now, let me go back up. When you're dealing with a person with depression, I get away from those people. I'm not a, how can I say? I'm not a people's person. I don't love people. You feel what I'm saying? I kind of feel like in life, people have to earn their right to live. That's just how I feel. If you have someone out here who's giving up on life and they don't know what to do, just get away from them. They have to make that decision themselves. Don't take time out of your day to try to fix people like that don't want to be fixed. So give them a 1-800 number, get them to some counseling, but don't try to stick around and see if they recover or not, or if they get it. It's a decision they have to make on their own. And a lot of depressed, miserable people would drag you down with them because they don't care. They don't care. This is why depressed, sad people go and shoot up the malls and stuff. It's because they don't care about human life at that point, because they don't care about themselves. When people don't care about themselves, they're not going to be afraid to harm you. They're not going to be afraid to try to drag you down. That's what trolls online are for. You feel what I'm saying? Those are the people that want to take themselves out, but they're just too scared to do it. All right? Get away from those depressed people. John Doe, if someone has an issue with one or both of their parents, they aren't going to get women to stay around. He says, if someone has an issue with one or both of their parents, they aren't going to get women to stay around. You're not. If you have issues, if you have family issues, the only type of woman you can attract is a woman who comes from an abandoned issue too. You may be able to be a troubled child in your teens and get a girl from the suburbs who's doing good, but it's just a matter of time before she wake up. A lot of young couples can be driven through attraction. A lot of women are like that. Ross Peru with the $2, really appreciate it. He said another great lecture. Dollars make hundreds. Big shout outs, bro. I really appreciate it, bro. You in here, you always in here, so I definitely appreciate you. Okay, so he says, yes, if you have a problem with your parents, it is going to affect your dating life because you have a void that's missed out. You have to correct the relationship you have with your parents to keep your natural energy going. If not, you're only going to be attracting women who are coming from depressed situation as well. This is why you see a lot of couples that come from both bad backgrounds. She come from a bad background. He comes from a bad background. They trauma bond together. They're dysfunctional, so they argue a lot. The more they argue and fight, the more they argue and fight, the more they create a trauma bond. Next thing you know, one develops Stockholm syndrome and follows the other's danger. This is what happens with Bonnie and Clyde. This is what happens with a lot of Romeo and Juliet. They were dysfunctional families that met. So you have to understand, two dysfunctional people from dysfunctional families would attract to each other, and then they would trauma bond and stay together. This is why you see some couples fight the hell out of each other, but they never leave each other. All right. Neo Mass with the $3. Really appreciate it. He said, know thyself. You're absolutely right. So yes, self-healing and knowing yourself is the most important thing in life. So yes, when it comes to if you have problems with your parents, it's going to carry on in the rest of your life. The moment you and your parents are disconnected and you feel like you have to go to people to fit in or other cultures, that's typically where the manipulation is going to start. This is why there's so much LGBT in the black community, is because a lot of those kids were abandoned by their parents to go. The parents had to be independent workers, and they found comfort online, and the only people that they were able to connect with are other people that were abandoned. That's what LGBT is, kids and people from dysfunctional situations. I'm letting you know that right now. That's where dysfunctional people end up at, because they become too emotional. All right, let's go to the next question. Okay, John Doe. All right, we did John Doe. Recovery at it. Okay. Define masculinity deeper, bro. What do you mean define masculinity? A masculine man is a man who's not relying on someone else to think. He thinks for himself. That's all a masculine man is. Whenever you're dealing with a feminine man can be coerced into following. That's why you have alphas and betas. So masculinity comes when a man is able to make his own decisions and stand on it. That's a true definition of masculinity, is standing on your own belief system. When you gotta follow the crowd, that's blue pill. When you can make your own decisions, that's red pill. So masculinity is you just able to make your own decisions. That's all it is. That's the definition of masculinity, bro. It ain't got nothing to deal with lifting weights. It's a psychological thing. All right, Mastermind007 says, great lecture, man. Is it possible to be working on self and a dream just hasn't manifested yet, though you still putting in the groundwork? You must continue to work when nothing is happening. You have to believe when you can't see it. You have to possess the dream. You got to possess what you want to do. You have to eat, sleep, shit, and study it. I eat, sleep, shit, and study YouTube. And you guys see, I possess it. You get a video every single day. You getting lives every single day. That's what it takes. But to be a YouTuber, you got to do this shit for free for a very long time before you start getting paid. So that goes with anything in life. You may have to keep doing shit, not getting results until it finally happens for you. But you have to stay persistent. When it's too scared to jump, it's normally when you got to jump or just stay stuck in the same spot. That's just real talk. Corton Williams, he says, would you suggest dating relationships with a woman that has medical issues? She has a medical condition that she was born with and there's no cure. Just curious. That's up to you how much you're willing to take. I've seen guys be in lovey-dovey relationships. The nigga get in a car accident. The woman was gone within a couple of months because he just couldn't be the same guy anymore. And I've seen women get in relationships with guys, something goes wrong and they stick through it no matter what. So look at Michael Schumacher, the race car driver. He's been damn near brain dead for 10 years and his wife is still right there with him. Nicholas Vanderpool sent $2 on Cash App. Really appreciate it, bro. So you have to understand is how much are you willing to take from a person who may have a medical condition? You have to look outside the fact of feeling sorry for them. You can't let feeling sorry for someone put you in and keep you in a relationship. Can you really handle what goes with someone with medical conditions? That's what you got to look at. Love is established after sex. Remember, the infatuation phase has to wear off. Then love glues you together. So that's what you got to look at. What are you willing to accept from that situation? All right. With medical issues, that's my advice. I don't know anyone that, well, I dated a girl before that had epilepsy. So she caught seizures every now and then, right? I couldn't take it. I broke up with her. I'm being honest with you. That happened to me one time. I broke up with her. I wasn't dealing with it because I couldn't handle the seizures. You never know when the seizures were going to go off. It always happened when she got stressed. DJ says, why aren't guys realizing exercises and being yourself is the best condition confidence boost yet? Because they're not people. A lot of guys now don't know how to be people because they're chipped up. They spent most of their life just on the internet entertaining themselves. TikTok videos, World Star videos, in and out of different chat rooms, dark web. And then when they come into real life, they fear real life. It isn't that they don't want to work out. You have a lot of people that do want to work out. They fear the energy of people. They fear not fitting in. They fear going to the gym and someone's going to look at them. They fear not knowing how to survive. That's the biggest thing that people are following is actually fearing walking out their door because they've been consumed with so much internet. Like the internet is the worst place because it takes you somewhere else that satisfies you psychologically but does nothing to you experience-wise. People lack the experience. You can learn how to be a scuba diver in fucking 30 minutes if you Google it, but if someone grab you and throw you into the water, do you remember what you read? That's what people are facing, is that you feel smart when you're learning the information, but you're not smart when it's time to apply it. It's the same thing that I used to tell people in stock trading. When you're just studying stock charts after the market closed, you become the best stock trader just studying stock charts. But when this market opens up the next morning with pre-market and then 9:30 when the market opens, now it's a different ball game because the charts aren't showing the future. Then people get discombobulated. So it's the same thing with online. A lot of you smart ass introverts, you came on here and made yourself smart, but you can't apply that shit to real life. So now your life sucks. Now all you can do is sit back and find faults of what's happening in real life to entertain yourself because you can't be that. You can't go hang out with people. You can't go to the mall. You can't go and establish shit. All you can do is go right the fuck back to a chat room. So you have to realize people are chipped up. When it comes to dieting and exercising and fixing themselves, they're not conditioned to do that. And I've told people this is where parents have fucked up at. You have children so you can feel good about your damn self, but then when your child gets annoyed with you when they get older, you push them out into the real world and you're like, I haven't taught you how to get a job, but go get one. I haven't taught you how to survive, but go get one. I haven't taught you how to be strong, but go make yourself strong. Parents are expecting to push their kids out the house and then their kids just automatically know this information because their kids are smart asses whenever they're sitting down talking, having family functions. So you got to realize a lot of you are smart asses because you're just reciting some shit online, but you don't have no life experience to know what you're saying is true or not. That's what people have faced. They've convinced themselves that they're too smart to do anything. So they'd rather sit down, be lazy, and just argue and disagree with people for entertainment. That's where the brain's at. At some point, you're going to click. Once you click, you're going to be so mad at yourself, you're not going to even know what to fucking do. And that's what people are facing depression now. They're in depression at the point where they're like, I don't know what to do with my life. How you not know what to do with your life? You Googled it, right? That's just like this dude in my car club. He asked me what the fucking tire size was, some fucking rims, and I didn't know what the thing was. I didn't even tell him a tire size. He went and bought some fucking tires thinking that I was right about some damn tire size. I'm like, dude, why didn't you fucking Google that? Why would you buy some rims based off of my guesstimation? He didn't even go do the fucking research because he's relying on someone else to think for him. So we have too many people. When you come back into the real world, you want someone else to fucking think for you. You can't do that in the real world. You got all the time in the world, right? When you're online to stop, research, and then disagree with somebody because you can go find the disagreeing answers and then you come back. And you're like, I proved him wrong. Right, but it took you 30 minutes to find the right answer. Now prove him wrong in real life when you got to think on point. People can't think on point in real life. They got to find stupid people that they can outsmart. Big shout outs to Johnny, my man Johnny coming through with the $49.99, $50. He's always showing love. Everybody know that this is the baller shot caller in Sigma Nation. Talk Foreign Promotions came through with another 99 cents. With another dollar. Big shout outs, bro. Your dollar is appreciated too, but Johnny one of them dudes around here. Johnny, big shout outs, bro. He says, ignored that married woman in the gym, making sure I stayed on the opposite end. I swear I could feel her frustration from a mile away. That's how it is, Johnny. If she's driving a fucking Kia, bro, and you driving a 7 Series, she's trying to monkey branch. You shut down her monkey branching because that's what she's been doing. She trying to go from that dude, that married dude she with, and she trying to monkey branch into you. And if you don't shut it down, she gonna be furious at this point. But I can guarantee you this: if you shut her down and she's pretty, then you probably get ready to get a shitload of women because they're gonna think your standards are high and they're gonna try to guess to what type of man you are. So if you've shut down the pretty girl, so now the average girls, they may think they have a chance if they got a body. So in my opinion, start waiting for the girls with the big booties and the big titties to start popping up now. Because if you rejected a pretty girl, then they're definitely get ready to come because they may think they got a booty big enough or they may think they got a titty big enough. That's what normally happens. It makes you more attractive. Plus, you driving the 7 Series. You can't lose with that, bro. Just put some more tint on there. Hopefully you got the rims glistening. You good to go. Everybody know Johnny the dude. Big shout outs to Johnny. All right, let's go back. Okay. Aaron M, I see you. I'm getting to y'all. He says, what's your thoughts on Michael B. recent interview? That's how it is. Back then they didn't owe you. Now they hot. They all on you. I would have said the same thing. Remember when you called me corny? Look at me now. You're supposed to do that. When women are rejecting you, they don't give a fuck about your emotions. And when you make it, you're supposed to return the favor. It's that simple. All right. Keandre got the question. Keandre says, a black woman who is popular on social media influence, she brought up racism for Black History Month. She is a health profession, yet is supporting victim mindset. Any thoughts on that? When it comes to black women, it's not all black women. It's just what's been done to the black culture. This shit is sad. With my situation is, I have a black mom, but I have a Latino father. But the Latino community took me in at an early age and they loved me. You know what I mean? But they also taught me what they were seeing in black people. And then I've had Jewish friends that have told me how they see in black people. And you guys know I'm with an Arab woman because I've been around a lot of Arabs, and they've expressed what they thought about black people. Different cultures look at blacks the same. Everybody fears black people because they feel black people are the smartest. They feel black people are the most athletic. They feel black people are the strongest. They feel black people have every fucking thing that they want. They feel black people got the confidence. They feel black people are the most everything on this planet. If they could have the strength of a black man, they would take it. If they could have the athleticism of it, they would do it. If the women could have black women texture of skin that doesn't age, they would get it. But you know what? They all realize that they've been brainwashed to hate each other. And that the brainwash is so deep, they don't even know how to fix it. So when you see black women saying, oh, this and she's playing victim, they're trained for that shit, bro. I used to think, no, that's what people do. They figure out the faults of blacks. Like when you wake up and you become woke, you're like, no, listen, black people, no, you got the power. You got the power. Come on. What are you doing? You're trying to wake them up when you black and you realize your power and how it works. And you fail every time you try to wake black people up. They don't want to wake up. It's like they're insisting on fighting each other. That's what makes black people look dumb. It's like you have the power, you have the athleticism, you have the looks, you have the structure, you have that, but the only thing that you're lacking at is your fucking brain is stupid. You're a fucking idiot. You are programmed to kill each other, not even realizing everybody on the planet sees you as the most powerful people, but you don't see it. This shit is fucking depressing, bro. My mother used to tell me all the time when I was little, son, you're smart. You're going to be successful. You're going to be the greatest person. I see other black parents, they be putting their kids the fuck down. It's like black people just programmed to just keep dogging each other, talk about each other, act like you're better than each other, act like you that, not even realizing your fucking power. That everybody looks at you like, we don't even fear these people. There used to be a time we feared them. Now they're just stupid. Look at them walking around with their underwear, pants around their underwear. That's why when you see like white people emulating black people, they're dumber than the blacks. It's like you actually decide to look stupid for a living. That's what other cultures look at it. Why you think like Jewish and white cultures, when their people start acting black, they get away from them? Because they're like, why would you emulate going looking stupid? What makes you want to go and look stupid? What makes you want to go and act stupid? That's what, when it comes to the black community, that's what we all see. So when I see, like, when you ask a question like, why would a black woman victimize herself when she knows she's a health profession, because healthy people know what's right and what's wrong? They're designed to do it. It's like a black woman, like the biggest joke that a black woman could tell you is that she's going to get married and have kids. Like, that's a joke. It's almost like you're inevitable that you're going to be a baby mother regardless. Like, all these women, all these black women will argue on these panels about what a relationship's supposed to go, how a marriage is supposed to go, but yet, where's the blueprint to it in the neighborhood? Like, you don't even know married people. I had girls that try to debate me, and I say, I'll debate you if you can name 6 black couples right now off the top of your head that have been married for more than 5 years. They can't. The average black woman cannot name 6 married black women off the top of her head, but yet she fucking debates about what a goddamn relationship is. They debate what a marriage is. How? You don't have no history of it. You don't have no history of unity. This is how it is. The blacks now are looking back at slavery and they're saying, hey, y'all did all of our ancestors wrong, so just give us everything for their pain. So we want all the money that they were supposed to get. Give it to us now, right? But the smart black people are saying, I'm going to go get my 40 acres in the mirror no matter what. I ain't waiting to get it. I see the opportunity to get it. I'm going to go get it. So we make the decision to go get it. But the other majority don't. They're hoping someone hands it to them. And you're kind of like, well, the opportunity is there for you to get more. But it's like, why are you holding on to it? Because they're lazy. They still have the mindset. They went and picked up somebody else's pain. And then they're like, pay us for their pain. But in 100 years, the new age black people are going to look back at these black people and they're going to say, why didn't y'all group together to overthrow the white people since you were so mad? So instead of grouping together to overthrow white people for what they did to your people, all you did was get mad and start to kill each other. Then after you killed each other, you started to create songs that celebrated killing each other. You started to create now chants, frequencies that require you to kill each other, right? Then they say, when it comes to the neighborhood, you never gave us a chance. How? If you go and look at Detroit, you go look at Chicago, you go look at Pittsburgh, you go look at Philadelphia, you go look at Atlanta, all of these spots, right, were black owned before segregation. Before segregation ended, these spots were thriving with rich black people, right? We're talking to Detroit, the Chicagos, we're talking to Pittsburghs, we're talking to Philadelphia's, certain parts of New York's, and even down in North Carolina and Atlanta. You had a lot of spots, right, that were thriving with rich black people during segregation. Why? Because black people had to go to mama's pop shop. They had to go get their suit made by the black teller. Black people started building up their own communities and surviving off of us. And surviving. They had cars. Go look at old movies. Black people had it. How you think they built the Black Wall Street? Black people built Black Wall Street by themselves. Even though it got destroyed, they were still rebuilding it after there. They stuck together. What happened? Segregation ended. When segregation ended, black people said, we feel better if we eat at white restaurants. We feel better now. We could go, why are white people closed? So ever since segregation ended, black people have been trying their hardest to be accepted by white people by purchasing their products, trying to live in their neighborhoods, trying to eat their food, that they forgot about their own people who was already offering it to them. That's why when you come to the hood, half these businesses in the hood down the street, they're mom and pop shops, but they look raggedy as fuck. Because don't nobody go to them. So they're not investing money into the looks. They're not redecorating the inside. The only people that do that are like the salons and shit that's selling the fake hair and barber shops. Those are the only motherfuckers that's putting money in there because they trying to look good to feel good better than another fucking black person. Black people have sacrificed their entire fucking culture to get acceptance from white people. That's it. Everything they fucking do is hoping that a white person accept them. Oh, I'm gonna make sure my kids are gay so white people accept them. They never once said, all right, we have our opportunity now. Let's group together and overthrow white people and take back our power. They never once have did that. They keep getting paid over and over again to keep trying to get approval from white people. So when you ask me about why a black woman does that, it's the same fucking reason why I haven't dated a black woman my entire motherfucking life. I dated one black woman for 3 months in high school and never looked back. No gray hair in my head, none of that shit. It's sad. It's mental illness. I don't fuck with them. I don't argue with them. I don't debate them. I watch this shit on TV. I hate watching groups of 12 black people arguing about a fucking relationship. And people are spending thousands of fucking dollars to watch it, to chant it. Let's just keep donating, watching black people argue about relationships when you're kind of like, all this power you have, you could have been overthrown white people. So in 100 years, those black people are going to look at these black people and say, those were stupid people. You got freed and you killed yourself? How y'all get freed and just destroyed yourself? What kind of shit is that now? When you look at these little black dudes running around here, they think it's cool just to wear black all day and be like this. It's like, I gotta be a thug. I gotta be a killer. I gotta throw up gang signs. I gotta do that. And it's kind of like everywhere I'm going, I'm seeing this shit. I'm like, yo, these kids and the parents think the shit is cute. They think it's cute for their kids to walk around saying cuss words. They think it's cute for the guys to be in the videos with guns. They think it's cute to the point where they're actually promoting that their child be this shit because it makes so much money so fast. The black community is hoping their child can be something in entertainment so it doesn't have to work as hard to fucking be anything. Brainwash, bro. Once you realize the troubles of it, it's over. When I was in Miami, I stayed mainly around Haitians because Haitians don't have that. You have some that do, but they still have their family, like they're still family-oriented people that work together to get ahead. So I took a lot of liking into Haitian people. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Miami, when it comes to blacks, the culture is gone. It's like they became fake white people. They're trying so hard to be white. You feel what I'm saying? That they don't even see how they fucked themselves up. So that's my answer to that, bro. I don't really like talking about it because I've moved on from that. But that's what I see when I look at the black community. There's no hope, bro. It's done and over with. They got mad at the white guy for saying stay away from black people. Come on. Top Form Promotion says, youth today is really soft. Don't even see a lot of school fights between young men anymore. It's going in a negative effect on our kids' future. Word from my son. You're right. You're seeing a whole bunch of fights with women. Women are becoming way more masculine than what they have ever became before, and they're just arguing and fighting for no apparent reason. You know what I'm saying? That's what's really going on. All right, let me go back and answer some more questions. Big shout out to my man Johnny. Okay, Atlas 93. Would you say that shyness is a mental adaptation to being very overly criticism and judge all the time, or is it always the lack of confidence? It's the lack of emptiness. People are judgmental about others because they're judgmental about themselves. They have a lot of criticism towards themselves. So one of the things that people do that's always analyzing themselves, they always have fault in themselves. They try to find fault in others because that's what they feel about themselves. You are who you are when you got here, and everything that you do will eventually come out. Most people that don't have confidence, you're right, they're going to find fault because they're in a state of confusion. You dig what I'm saying? To develop confidence, it requires you to get out and put your back against the wall and achieve something that you never thought you could achieve before. The thing is, it's harder now to do it because it's easy for people to fall back into slumps and come online and get dopamine releases. All right? That's one of the biggest things, is the dopamine release people are getting just from talking to people. Atlas 93, big shout outs, bro. All right, let's see. Ross Peru, he says, what is the best way to get a friend out of depression, close friend that's worth putting the time into? You can't get a friend. You can't get nobody out of depression. This is a decision that they have to make. All right, Mark Kisa with the $1, really appreciate it, bro. That's a decision that they have to make when it comes to depression, because it's a selfish thing. You don't know what they're thinking. You got to realize most people that are showing you depression are not depressed. They just need attention. The person that's suffering from the most depression is the one that's pretending to be happy. That's the person that's suffering. So you don't know how to fix it. The person that's acting depressed just want attention. You don't see a lot of people that act depressed take themselves out. You see the happy people that you didn't expect it from take themselves out. So you got to realize a lot of depression is just somebody feeling sad for that moment. You dig? They just want attention for that moment. They're feeling left out for that moment. Something's happening for that moment. They can get over that. You can't cater to people that are depressed, because it's a selfish decision. You don't know what they're thinking because they're still in their representative. The really depressed people are pretending to be happy. Listen to what I'm telling you. You're overlooking the real depressee. The one that's acting depressed is normally just acting. Trust me, if any of you guys ever been around cancers are good for this. Put on a depressing look and having somebody saying, what's wrong with you? A lot of people are doing that. They putting on depressed looks just to say what's wrong with you. The real depressee pretends to be happy. Listen to what I'm telling you. All right, let's go back up. Hopefully I was able to answer your question, Ross Peru. He says the perspectives leave out Black excellence. Morehouse, Spelman, Howard, and other HBCUs have producing the same excellent young African Americans that know their history, though, right? Blacks need to stop trying to like go back into history, Black power shit. No, you got to listen to Dr. Claude Anderson. Dr. Claude Anderson says it best. He says, Black people look at racism as white people not liking them, when racism is the race to fight power. When you go to Los Angeles and you go to Chinatown, Chinatown's gonna let you know we competing with the rest of the world. The Jewish show you every day we competing with the rest of the world. The Indians from India, right? They have the most billionaires in the world. You need to understand that other cultures are still grouping together in a race for power. Blacks just think people don't like them, but other race of people are saying they don't like us either. Jewish people get talked about every day. Arabs get talked about every day. They get poked with on the phone. My girl gets fucked with all the time just for wearing a goddamn scarf. So the other cultures, they're grouping together to take back their power. Racism is a fight for power. What race of people are going to gain the power because other race of people are grouping together? Nobody gives a fuck about an HBCU and all these shits you want to talk about Black excellence. So what? Are you grouping together to be anything? That's what matters. Nobody give a fuck about some goddamn diplomas if you guys can't unify and get the power back. You guys are still trying to outdo each other. That's why you're talking about some goddamn HBCUs. I give a fuck about them damn schools. What is the culture doing? The school just making money to make you feel like you done did some shit, but you still don't know how to unify? The fuck? Listen, I have Jewish best friends that have family that comes over here, right? From Israel. They get their green card and they come over here. When their family members come over here, they don't give a fuck how educated that man is. You know what they say? You gonna be running this business. You gonna be running that business. We gonna put you in power over here. And some of them dudes don't even speak fucking English. And their business is given to them. Why? Because their family members have been waiting for them to get there. Their family members been saying, when you get here, we got a business for you. We're gonna put you on spot. They ain't got educated. They ain't talking about certificates. They ain't talking about none of that. They got a system set up to where the success is already set for them. Their own can give it to them. When you go to an Arab store, you see mainly Arabs in there, right? When you go to the Jewish stores, you see Jewish people working there. You go to Chinese store, you see mainly Chinese people working there, right? But you don't see that many Black businesses to say, oh, it's just Black people working there. Black people have not set up a structure to where you can hand success to one of your own. Other cultures have. Black people's doing the same thing. Let me outshine the next one. Let me go get a whole bunch of education so I can feel better than the Negroes. None of y'all motherfuckers is saying, let's put our money together so we can make sure this Black business open up, or put our money together so we can do that. That's the damn difference. I don't give a fuck about an HBCU. I don't give a fuck about an educated Black person. Why? Because it doesn't mean any fucking thing. Nowadays, you can sit your ass at fucking home just like me, getting rich doing this. Nobody give a fuck about your damn statues. Nobody give a fuck about that paperwork. Don't give a fuck about your education if you're not building anything. Society already knows Black people are not going to unite and do shit. The agenda fell when they ended segregation and told you, oh, you can now go do what white people do. You've been trying to be accepted by white people. You want status. Oh, I'm going to go to college to have some status, but I'm going to walk out with a whole bunch of debt that I don't know how to pay for. That's what the fuck you doing. You're going fucking backwards. Soon as blacks get money, you celebrate like a goddamn rapper. You don't make a fucking sacrifice. Everybody know your bitch ass finna go buy Jordans. Everybody know you about to go buy jewelry. Everybody know you gonna be sitting up in Gucci. Everybody know you gonna be walking around like you the shit and you ain't. They laughing at you. That's what we talking about. Nobody care what you got going on. You must fucking unify. If you can't unify, nobody gives a fuck about your Gucci pants. Nobody gives a fuck about your flashy car. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. It only makes you look like a clown because the rich of the rich are driving down the road looking like they're poor as fuck. That's what you're not getting. You're trying so hard to convince people that you're rich, but you have no fucking power. But you have no power. Somebody saying, oh, I like Jordans. That's you. A lot of people like Jordans. But a lot of people dedicate their life to those Jordans. You must learn to build. You must learn to unify. That's the only power that blacks have. You have to unify. Without unifying, your education means nothing. That $10 million contract means nothing because they're not going to allow you to go empower your own people. What part aren't you getting? T-Bird with the big dollar. Big shout outs, bro. That's another one that's here every day. Nobody gives a fuck what black people do because they know that they're going to eventually lose it. Or one of their own is going to take it from them. Or one of their own is going to kill them. Everybody on the outside looking in, this is what it is. I can tell you right now, if I go to Miami right now as a black person that's Latino and I go for a job and there's 5 blacks and it's me, the black and Latino, I'm going to get the job. Just off rip, whether I know how to do it or not, I'm going to get the job. Why? Because they're going to identify me as Latino and it's just going to be from there. That's how that works. Blacks don't do that. There's no black person that opens up a store and all the black people say, hey, we're going to go down there and we're going to buy everything out the first day to get them started. They don't do shit like that. But guess who do it? The Jewish do it. The Arabs do it. Everybody else do it. They'll go to their motherfucking church and say, hey, we just opened up a store in the mall. Can y'all come down and show us love? Everybody in the church going to go to the damn mall and they going to buy at least something little to support them. Blacks ain't going to do that. They're going to go inside that same fucking store trying to get something that's got a price on it for cheaper. They're going to try to get over on blacks, even when blacks are trying to empower themselves, bro. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up, man. When you wake up, man, this shit makes you sick to your stomach. You just got to cut these motherfuckers off and find your own damn happiness for real. Let's get those donations up, man. Y'all get me up over $100. Y'all let Johnny come in here every time controlling it. He's still the man. All right, where we going at? If you want to learn about the Matrix, Jeremy King, the best movie for female nature is going to be Casino with Al Pacino. Casino with Robert De Niro, my bad. With Robert De Niro, and the best movie for the Matrix is going to be Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio. All right, let me go look at some of these. Okay, Jeremy King. T-Bird, he says, is social media, Facebook, IG, percents necessary when you're not making money or have females already? You want to spend, this is what you want to do. You want to utilize the internet for the direction that you're going. When people, like when I look at my homepage or on YouTube, it's all about cars. There's nothing red pill on my homepage because that's not my algorithm. My algorithm doesn't spend too much time looking, researching, watching other people's content. That's one thing I really don't do is watch other people's contents because I kind of feel like I'm the truth. I have the experience. I'm still living a real life. I don't strawberry jelly bean people just for views and clicks. I'm not doing that. You get real shit from me. So you got to change your algorithm of what you're looking at. Use social media. Like I told you, you want to change your algorithm, go to everything and type in what you want. Type success into Instagram. Type success into Facebook. Type success into YouTube. Type it in there so your algorithm starts to give you things that's going to make you successful. That's what you got to utilize social media for. If you're utilizing it just to chat with people now and catch up on the latest and the greatest, you're going to go backwards. Utilize social media to keep you getting ahead. That's when you want to use it. It's a way of life now, so most people are going to use it. Alicia Anderson, big shout outs for the $5. Really appreciate it. She says, don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I'm 29 years old, young, but I don't see unifying happening. It's not. Think of everybody. The same conversations that people are having now existed in movies like Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever. All these conversations are repeated, and those movies are 30 years old. The black community has just been conditioned to be the cash cow to everybody else. Everybody now is talking about, because they trying to turn the racist. You notice now the campaign is about to start. Now they trying to make it race issues again. You got the white dude like, hey, y'all need to stay away from black people. Then you got the other white dude like, hey, we owe black people a whole bunch of shit. Why? The liberals are finna try to take the crown again with black people. You're the fucking mule. Oh, he said, I'm a man. My bad, bro. Big shout outs, bro. I ain't know. We have a Alicia that was on a thing. I don't know. My bad, bro. So you have to realize the blacks are not going to unify because they're making everybody else too much money. They can argue and fight amongst each other, but you better go buy some fucking Yeezys. You can argue and fight amongst each other, but you better go buy those Amari jeans, motherfucker. And when you get some money, you better go get yourself a Richard Mille, but y'all call it a Richard Mille. It's not a Richard Mille, it's a Richard Mille. And you better go buy that watch. You better go buy a whole bunch of shit that's going to make you feel good inside and make you feel better. That's what society cares about. Society don't give a fuck what black people do. Oh, you want to kill each other? Go ahead. Oh, you want to talk about the black woman all day? Go ahead. We ain't going to block your channel. Go ahead and do that. As long as you're showing the destruction of blacks, society is perfectly okay to it because that's what they are designed to do. All right? So understand that there is no unification. Blacks are the cash cow to society. They don't give a fuck what you do. You better go buy that shit we tell you to buy. And you better not give it to another black person. You better not help another black person. That's what society is saying. They're just the murals now. They're gonna do whatever they gotta do to get the blacks on their side. Okay, he said, it's Elisha. Oh, Elisha, I got you, bro. My bad, Elisha. I'm a man, my brother. Big shout outs. My bad on that, bro. He says Elisha. All right. All right, Atlas 93. Can you be sucked so far into the matrix to the point where you will never be the same again? Yes. That's the hard part about society. Hey, I need like $30 more. Go ahead and get those donations up. That's the part that sucks about society that we live in right now, is that majority of people are sucked into the matrix. And once you get sucked into the matrix, it has removed the emotional feeling of regular life, of regular society that we live in now. So a lot of people, you may notice your room is going to be darker. You'd rather be inside of your dark room. That's why they call things like the dark web, where everything's dark. So a lot of people is going to start off, once you disconnect from regular reality and you're going full-fledged into the matrix, the first thing that happens is you'll notice your room will stay darker. The darker your room is while you're on the internet, the more your body is encaving inside of a chamber. You have now made your room your chamber. You don't need to know what's on the wall. You don't need to know what's outside. You don't need to know what else is going on. When your room gets dark, your brain is blocking out distractions from real life and keeping you glued into the internet. So if any of you are in a dark room right now and it's just a blue light looking at you, you're completely into the matrix. The matrix has you here and it has everything in real life blacked out. That's why you're sitting in dark spaces. So understand, when you get to that point, it's going to be extremely hard to come back into real life, because even if you walk near your window now, that's going to feel weird. You go walk down the street, that's going to feel weird. So regular life and society would start to feel weird. That's why I'm telling you, the Matrix is programming serial killers. They're not programming people to be real people. They're programming people to be serial killers right now. So if you're inside of a dark room watching this, the Matrix has said, okay, only focus on me. Everything in real life, block it out. This is why you have so many people walking around with hoodies on. You have so many people walking around like this. Alfred Travis, big shout outs, bro. Thanks for the $5. You have so many people in life walking around just like this. Why? Because the Matrix is saying you don't need regular life anymore. You only need what I tell you. You only need to show off to me. Why you think so many teenagers are wearing like hoodies and pajamas to school? It's because the Matrix says your reality life doesn't matter. You don't have to look good for people. You don't have to do that. But when you come online, you gotta be a certain way online than what you is in reality. So you're seeing a lot more ugly, fat, sloppy people being programmed because they're not living for reality anymore. They're only living for the emotion that the Matrix gives them. So you have to realize at some point your brain would get sick of the Matrix. It would get sick of the same repeated stuff. And that's when people give up and they take themselves out. You have to understand the Matrix is a very, very, very dark place. And I tell you guys, hold on, Lala. I told you guys yesterday, you got the dark web, you got the Matrix, and you have reality, which is real life. You have way more people that come from the dark web into the Matrix and spread the energy, and then people take that energy and they bring it into real life. So what you have going on here is you have a lot of people that have became this character online that says what they want, do what they want, disagree, and pretty much they have the confidence of somebody that they want to be in real life, but online, they don't have to be accountable for saying, fuck you, suck you, he should have died, fuck them, that bitch deserved this. Like, you can express it, right? But the problem is, people have done that so much that it became part of their personality. It became part of who they are. And then when they come into real life, you meet people that are disconnected from the Matrix. And when you start running your mouth like that, they perceive it differently. You're talking it because you haven't been accountable for it online. But in real life, when you start talking the same way, then they're gonna make you accountable. So you have a lot more people that are getting shot the fuck up. You have a lot more people that are dying. Look at Brazil. Niggas talk shit in Brazil, they roll it up on you on a motherfucking motorcycle, bow, blowing your fucking brains out. It's the same way here. You get to running your mouth in real life, these young niggas gonna pull up on you and blow your motherfucking brains out. Why? Because the shit you say online, you're used to it because you don't have to be accountable to it. But those same words hurt other people in real life to the point where they want to kill you. That's the problem. That's why I'm telling you, the Matrix programs serial killers. It's just a matter of time. If you don't disconnect, you're going to find yourself walking outside your house in road rage and someone's going to blow your fucking brains out because you're talking to them like you talking to somebody online that ain't going to hold you accountable for it. That's the problem. You can't be a real life troll. Nowadays, people are blowing your fucking brains out. Right then and there, downtown, they're killing you. Guys are showing up at your house. What are you talking about? And shooting your mom, shooting your kids, all because of some fucking comments that you said. That's what you got to realize. People are so deep into the Matrix, they haven't realized that the Matrix has programmed you to die in real life. They don't even get it. They don't even see it. They just think, oh, I'm pissed off. I'm going to scream at this person because they cut me off. No. That person may be battling some shit. When they get out the car, the first thing they do is, bow, blow your fucking brains out. But all you did was respond to it the same way that you respond to people online. That's the big problem in society now. People can't differentiate the two. So the ones that know the two, they're like, I don't want to go outside because I don't want to die. Why? Because I know I'm going to say something stupid. I don't know how to be in reality and not just voice my opinion and not voice what I want to say. That's the problem. The ones that know that they're full-time bots, you have to stay in the house. Ones that don't know the difference because they don't have street smarts, they're going to die faster because they're going to get out here in the streets and they're going to start poking fun at people. They're going to start doing this and doing that, and they're going to get their ass whooped. Listen to what I'm telling you. I've been in car clubs where that little geeky ass 13-year-old white kid running his mouth online show up at the car meet, and the 19 and 20-year-olds are like, yo, what's that shit you said on Instagram? Oh, no, dude. I've seen 13-year-old little boys get stomped out by grown men just by running their mouth on fucking line. Society doesn't hold any grudges anymore. They don't have any respect. They don't care how old you are. They don't care what it is. These niggas would die. That's what you got to realize. The Matrix has glued so many people into it. They haven't realized is that your brain too fucked up to be in the woods now. You gotta stay in your room. So you have to realize the darker your room is, the more into the Matrix you are. Put some air in your life. You dig? All right. Sigma 91 says every culture bites off of black culture and never paid homage. I'm Mexican and I can't deny that I have done it myself. It's all love though. Don't nobody care. Black people ain't utilizing their own shit. They don't know how to. Everybody's going to utilize black culture to get ahead because black culture don't know how to utilize their own shit. Black people are not business-minded people. They're not people that knows. Ezork with the $5 on the Cash App. Big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate it, my man. Black people are not economically inclined people. That's why there's no unity. It doesn't matter if you take from black culture. They're not going to profit from it anyways because they're just hoping white people accept it. You feel what I'm saying? You can say, oh, y'all got that from the blacks. You got that from the black. Who cares if you got it from the blacks? If somebody didn't take it and capitalize off of it, the blacks were never going to do it. They're wasting everything. You get it? They're wasting all the talent. They've already sold Africa, the place that has the most minerals in the fucking world. You sold your fucking gold mine? Think about it. Black people sold their damn gold mine. Why would you sell Africa? All you had to do was find a way to profit yourself. So it isn't people are stealing from black culture. Black culture is not designed to fucking profit off of themselves. They're still trying to appease white people. Nobody care what they think. You got to get it together. When you graduate as a black man, when you graduate from the nigger phase over into being a black man, life changes. Life changes being black. Being a Negro, a nigger, don't get you nowhere but victimization. You have to graduate to being a black man. When you graduate to being a black man, you're on top of your game, bro. You are on top of your game. He said, bro, you going live again later? I don't know yet, bro. I don't know. I'm trying to find a right time to go live, but right now I just have some shit that I be happening to do because I'm about to start going out of town. So I'm getting a lot of stuff into play here. All right. Well, y'all show me some love on the donation. I'm going to go ahead and answer some more questions. He says, and some schools have days for you to dress like that in pajamas. And then, listen here, motherfucker. Where I live at, I see these kids wearing pajamas every fucking day. Putting their guns in the fucking bushes to go to fucking school. Skipping school to go smoke weed on outside of the fucking school. Shut up! Get sick of these fucking niggers coming in my shit. Always trying to defend other goofy ass niggas. I can't stand a fucking dumb nigga that loves defending niggas. When they do nigga shit, that nigga is blocked. We not doing no motherfucking niggas. He said, you coming to Miami? Yeah, but I got to start off in Jacksonville and work my way down. I'm going to end in Miami. Somebody says, Silver Lion says, fake lions are real live villains. Or I've already said too much online and now my body cannot cash the checks that my online persona can't cash. You're right. Too many people are gassing themselves up. And then when it's time to go into real life, they don't know how to advance and get to that level. That's the problem, bro. Me, I stay the fuck away from Negroes. I have black friends. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of what I deal with is Arab and Latino, and it's a different vibe. It's a completely, like, it's so night and day vibe that is unreal. You can't build shit with black people, bro. Listen, I built the car club in Miami with Latinos. Bro, perfect. Fucking Pittsburgh, I'm trying to build. Look, I went and got these made for my car club, right? And I said, hey, for us to grow, we just gotta pass these out, to get the cars coming. These fucking niggers here, they got jealous I built this. And I'm like, this doesn't even go to my fucking channel. It goes to the car club channel. But these fucking dumbass niggas here, they get jealous because I'm taking the next level to try to make us bigger. And I'm like, don't you fucking stupid niggas know how to fucking grow? I stopped trying to build shit with them. And I left them the fuck alone. Now I only go around them for ride outs. So you have to understand that to build, they don't know how to do it. Bro, you tripping now. Tripping over what? Tripping over what? I see you, Enos. We'll talk about it, Enos. I know you out there. Enos is in what? You in North Miami? I'm definitely going to be in North Miami. G Concepts. Let G, what he do? Kanye, he deleted it. It's all good, Keandre. Whatever I'm tripping on, let me know what I'm tripping on. Period. We got to talking about black people. Y'all wanted to know some truth. I throw some truth bombs in there. You have to realize, I'm one of those people, when you come hang around me, I'm going to make sure you succeed. I'm going to help you accomplish your dreams. And not once being around me, I'm going to come up with something negative to say. He says, I have no problem building with my black people. What have you built? What have you built? Can somebody name something that they built with black people? Black people can't name shit that they built with somebody. What have you built with black people? You built nothing. And if you built it online, it doesn't count. What have you built with black people in real life that actually mattered? Dr. Umar Johnson just got his school fixed. Bears 3 with the 1999 big shout outs, bro. He says, gotta catch the playback. But I came to the show to show my support. Keep up the great work, bro. I got you. I've been leaving these up from here on out. They've been monetizing it. And after I edit it, they monetize it. So it'll definitely be up. He said, once you know the truth will set you free. You're absolutely right. Big shout outs to Bears 93. I think you could sit here and say that you built concept. You could say you built shit with black people, but I can almost guarantee you 98% of the world is going to be like, yeah, right, brother. You're right. Fitness First says, look what happened to Nipsey. Absolutely right. He says, what have you built with Hispanics and Arabics that you can't build with blacks? I think we're done there. Boy, no. Hey, just let him talk to himself. Boy, no. We ain't going there. Matter of fact, fuck off my shit, man. I can't stand when people come up in here trying to defend Negroes. That ain't what we doing. You ain't get ready to sit here and disagree on some Negro shit. Everybody know the faults of Negroes. You ain't got to say shit. He said, this man is preaching, not tripping, then the hard R types are the issue. You're right, bro. You are absolutely right. Okay, let's see what else we got. All right, it looks like we going on into 2 hours now. I'm gonna have to cut this short because I got a video I gotta release. Got Black Jack, he just woke back up. He said, nigga, it is dinner time. He said it's dinner time for him. So what I will do is, I'm not just gonna turn it off now. I'm gonna take one last question, get that last question in, and I need like 25 more bucks. Y'all show me some donations. G Mills comes in with the $5. Big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate it. Now we need $20 more. All right. One more question. Go ahead. I ain't coming to this parking lot no more. They got too much action over here, Blackjack. They got all kind of shit going on. I'm in the cut. See if we get another question that come through. Lay down, lay down. Johnny with the $20. He comes in and saves the day. Big shout out, bro. Johnny always saving the day. Y'all got to start competing with Johnny, man. Johnny don't play. He says, I drive a 7 Series and live in a $1 million neighborhood because I stay away from black women and her son husband. You're right, bro. You got to realize black women are strong women, but I always feel like when I'm on the outside looking in to the black community, one thing that I have noticed about black people, you're powerful when you're not trying to date each other. Black men and black women get along well. They get along well when there's no relationship involved. None whatsoever. It's just that when a relationship is involved between a black man and a black woman, the energy is so dead that there's no inspiration there. What do I mean? You don't know how to grow together. When a black man decides that he does not want to be with a black woman, it's like something about these type of dudes, you become more successful because you remove the burden of her. You know, trying to be successful with a black woman is she's going to find fault in it. Why you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? What makes you think you could do that? Don't you want to be a rapper? Why don't you try to be a rapper instead? Why don't you try to go to the NBA instead? Why don't you try to do this instead? Like, you can't grow with a black woman because she only sees the future in the entertainment side. So you can't come up with plans with her because she's going to always come up with a negative response. She's going to find the negative of it. And she's not going to allow you to want to dig more into that dream. When you date other coaches or women, they more into it like, what are you going to do? How are we going to do it? They want to start to be the secretary of it. But the black woman is kind of like, why are you doing that? She's going to shut down your dreams if she doesn't agree with it because she still wants to be the superior one. So one thing that I have noticed is that black men, just like my man Johnny, like he said, a multi-millionaire, driving a 7 Series, living in a good neighborhood, and he got it because he avoided black women. Not all black women are going to do that, but the history is showing that that's typically what happens when you're dating a black woman. She kills your energy. She doesn't give you that energy that inspires you to want to be great. It's like you're inspired to just impress her, and you're left inspiring trying to impress her because you've been doing this shit with your mom. That's the problem that a lot of black men have been held back. You go from your mom to a girlfriend mom, and both of them are narcissists. That's what holds the black men back. You going live tonight? No, not tonight. Tonight I got some business to handle. But I can tell you this. When I get in Florida, we're going to start doing the night lives. Because during the day, I'm going to have a whole lot of shit that I got to take care of, bro. And I'm going to be forced to, that's about 3 weeks away. And I'm going to be forced to only do lives at night. All right, he says, Marcus Brown says, have you seen Malcolm X interview regarding racial integration being destructive in so-called black community? Pretty much. Yes, everybody has seen those Malcolm X speeches. But the guy you want to go to now is Dr. Claude Anderson. That's the main one you want to go to because he's been right there with the Secretary of State. He's seen how the country is ran, and he knows all the manipulation. But Malcolm X was on point. Malcolm X is definitely on point. But you got to realize, this information with Malcolm X has always been around for 60 years. If Farrakhan could not change the black community, I don't think anybody can. And Farrakhan was talking this talk for a very long time. That's how I feel about it. He said, yeah, I know Dr. Claude Anderson. That's a good one to watch. He says, I'll be trying to hit the super chat on my phone, but my iPhone settings, super chat is tripping. Don't worry about that, bro. Holla at me on Cash App if you want. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Spade 1. He said, what do you think about that, though, Ant? He says, I've been trying to, yeah, I don't know what's going on with your phone. Enos. Johnny Cash comment. The comment on to, hold on, let me go back up. Oh, yeah, you forgot to put a Q in front. But that was the question, though. Would you have done it differently if you was him? Ooh, but yeah, bro, real quick. What do you think about Michael B. Jordan interview he just did? Would you have done that differently if you was him? Yes. I would have done it differently because I wouldn't have cared at that point. Like at that point in my career, I wouldn't have cared. But when it comes to Michael B. Jordan, you got to realize though is that like he's one of the good black dudes that they want to make bad, that black women overlook. You know what I'm saying? Oh, when I've done the interview, that interview was a spot interview. He was walking through the red carpet, bro. Like this wasn't an interview that he sat down. Oh, the interview. I haven't watched the full interview. I'm thinking you're talking about the girl. I'm thinking you're talking about the girl. Have you ever been to Africa? No, but that's definitely a trip coming. I may hit up Africa when I go to Turkey this summer. That may be a place that I'm going to hit up when I go to Turkey. All right. Are you ready for Romanian? No, I'm not. I'm not ready for no Romanian, bro. All right. But far as Enos, when it comes to Michael B. Jordan, he is who he is. He's going to say what he wants. Like, I don't really dig too much into these celebrities. It's entertainment for a little bit, but when it's all said and done, it's still going to boil down to your life. Yeah, the interview where he did with the chick that he went to high school with. Yeah, okay. If that was me, I wouldn't have said anything to her because I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have looked at a girl that dissed me and then be like, ha, remember you was calling me corny? I wouldn't have did that because I probably wouldn't have knew, but at that time I wouldn't have cared. It would have been like, all right, fuck it. I'm grown now. But when you're talking about Michael B. Jordan, he's one of the black dudes that's a good black dude that people look at as being soft. So I remember being in those schools where, like I told you, I know what it's like to be the only black kid in the school and get picked on, and I know what it's like to be in an all-black school and be the only light-skinned one that get picked on. So I know that the black community are foreign known guys that look clean, and he's a clean black dude, so I'm pretty sure he got picked on and he had revenges. All right? So that's probably where it's different strokes for different folks. You don't know what he was thinking at that time. All right? All right, big shout outs to Sigma 91. Big shout outs, bro. All right, guys, big shout outs to my man Johnny came through today with the $70 on the chat. Y'all always know that's the baller shot caller over here in Sigma Nation. He's always dropping them numbers. So is Drew Dub. Drew Dub didn't come back no more. And we also got some others. Keandre in here. Big shout outs to regular guy. He didn't show up today, but we'll still give him some props. Atlas 93. Ingus is in the building. Ninja is in the building. Bird T. Bird T. The Bird T was definitely in the building today. Let's see. Let me go back up and see if I forgot some people. Hernandez was in the building. Bear 3 was definitely in the building. Bear 3, you about one more away from getting a wrench. Enos. Golden Sigma's in the building. Sigma 91. Keandre's in the building. Elias was in the building. He came through with the $5. Really appreciate that, Elias. T Bird's definitely in the building. Top Form Promotions definitely in the building. Ross Peru, forgot about him. He's definitely in the building. Jarrett, 20-year recovery. Those are the ones that's normally in here. Once again, big shout outs to my man Johnny coming through, saving the day. And we get ready to get out of here. I'm gonna leave this up. Now, what's getting ready to happen? As soon as I end this live, I'm going to release a video, a reaction video. The first part of it's going to be a girl doing a before and after. It's called Woman Uses Witchcraft on Her Makeup, all right? You guys get over there and watch the video I'm about to release. Comment, like, subscribe. Big shout out to Keandre, Johnny, and everybody else. Hasta la vista.